Out of breath, out of shape, and feeling completely drained. Homer couldn't even blow out the candles in front of him. Marge comforted him, saying it's okay, maybe he was just tired from doing absolutely nothing all day. Homer refused this insulting comfort and gathered all his strength to blow out one candle. 3 hours later, still no progress. The candle said, "If you don't try harder, I'll just burn out on my own." Homer always finds a way to spectacularly mess things up. Soon enough, the house caught on fire. Luckily, it was small. The firefighters put it out and lectured Homer. This is the 6th time this month, considering how flammable their house is. Marge bought a fireproof safe. Everyone put their most precious items inside. Even if they burned down, at least their stuff would survive. Marge put the family's photo album inside, saying it was her most precious possession. Lisa put in a special toy car. Homer put in the cologne from his first date. Bart's most precious item was his clown doll. With the safe locked, Mom never had to worry about the house catching fire again, but their most precious stuff burned to ashes. Now she really didn't have to worry about them anymore. Lisa said they were ruined and they couldn't just reshoot everything. Marge had a brilliant idea. You smart little genius. To commemorate what they lost, they started recreating the photos. The process of making memories would ultimately become a memory itself. Marge went to the photo studio and printed out a thick stack of photos, but precious things are hard to keep. As if cursed, they were destroyed by another accident. Marge said, "Good thing I printed 2 copies, even though they were staged. There's always some truth hidden in a lie. An accidental discovery could be priceless." Duffman having dinner with a vampire. Look at him, wishing he could be sucked dry. What a simp. He used to be a tough guy who swore off women. If they sold this to a tabloid, they'd make a fortune. To cover the fire damage, Marge agreed to let Homer sell it. The editor hyped up the photo's value, saying, "Bring me more of these and you'll be filthy rich." Eager for a payday, Homer got fired up. He immediately bought some pro gear ready to cash in. A true paparazzi doesn't wait for news, they make the news. He and Bart went to provoke the rich Texan's daughter to snap some juicy shots. No risk, no reward was Homer's philosophy after years of hustling. So he brought Bart along as bait, but Bart was no pushover. If things got real, he'd totally throw his dad under the bus. Today they staked out Tyson. Bart said, "This is a huge payday. If you provoke him, we'll sell the photos, plus our family will get a massive life insurance payout." Before Homer could process the life insurance part, his body instinctively started taunting him. Being money hungry was basically written in his DNA. But Tyson's anger management was next level. He just smashed the camera to vent without harming a single hair on his head. A perfect uppercut straight to the lens. Luckily, Homer had an endless supply of insults, constantly pushing Tyson's buttons until his self-control could no longer hold back his fists. Homer took the photos straight to the tabloids for cash. The payout easily covered the broken gear and magically cured his physical pain. Hustlers don't have time to cry about a few bruises. They turned Lisa's bedroom into a darkroom, working around the clock. He wasn't developing photos, he was printing money. Lisa complained she couldn't sleep at all. Homer told her to just do some chores and she'd pass right out. The photo chemicals were completely toxic. Lisa felt like a baby again, passing out cold from the fumes. Homer's photos completely took over the tabloids. Marge said, "We're making good money, but aren't you invading their privacy?" Homer fired back, "You guys are such hypocrites. You pretend to hate it, but you literally can't look away." Marge scoffed and put the tabloid down. "Gossip is human nature. Tap into that and you make big bucks." So Homer upgraded his spy gear, but the local celebrities started getting smarter too, terrified of getting exposed. One guy even held his secret wedding behind a waterfall on a deserted island. But the paparazzi king, Homer, would literally go anywhere for a scoop. He got the inside intel on the venue and jumped down without a second thought. Lisa asked, "Should we tie this rope to something?" He thought hiding in a cave would keep his secret wedding low-key, but he never expected a paparazzi to drop from the sky. This time the elites were furious. They swore to destroy the paparazzi once and for all. They sent out a mass text, gathering all the victims to plot their revenge on Homer. But honestly, the boss already had a master plan. You have to fight fire with fire. He hired an extremely professional photographer to stalk Homer 24/7. "You want to expose everyone? I'll expose you. Even worse, if we ruin his reputation, no one will care about our scandals." Homer just hung Maggie on a coat coat rack so he could put his newly bought tabloid in her car seat. The pro photographer instantly snapped it from every angle, and the main takeaway was clear. Homer was a terrible dad. He even let Maggie take the wheel while he tried to fight off the paparazzi, which just gave the guy even more material. Now Homer couldn't even shower in peace. That camera was literally everywhere. Oh boy, the tabloids turned into the Homer show. He single-handedly supplied all the gossip in Springfield. Without breaking a sweat, the town loved seeing him look like a fool. Everyone was totally satisfied. Homer confronted the tabloid editor. "I thought after everything our friendship meant something. Guess it was just business." The editor replied, "When you had the scoops, you made me money. When you messed up, you made me a fortune. Business is business, right?" Homer knew his lifestyle couldn't handle being in the spotlight. He had no choice but to throw in the towel. He dumped his camera and quit the paparazzi life for good. Springfield's elite went right back to partying, no longer worried about getting caught on camera. They laughed so loudly, completely ignoring a miserable Homer across the street. Homer was drowning his sorrows at the bar. Like a toothless tiger, he could only brag about his past glory days. His buddies at the bar told him not to give up so easily. "Either you expose their dirty laundry, or they expose your messy life. Either way, we love the drama. But whatever you're doing right now is just sad." Homer sighed. "Too bad I already tossed my camera." Moe instantly pulled out a camera. "I got this for the ladies' restroom, but let's be real, no women ever come in here anyway." Seeing the camera reignited Homer's fighting spirit. He immediately rushed back out to the battlefield. A surprise attacks. True power comes when they least expect it. Bursting through the doors, Homer witnessed something 100 times more scandalous than usual. Just when they thought they were safe, they made their biggest mistake yet. Homer had caught the ultimate scoop. The boss asked Homer, "What do you want?" But Homer just smiled and said, "Nothing. Just keeping it for my collection. A priceless treasure shouldn't have a price tag. The card you never play is always the most intimidating." The boss completely understood and instantly announced that Homer was now one of them. They were all brothers now. So Springfield's elite circle finally included the Simpsons. If you want him to protect your sinking ship, the best strategy is to bring him on board.